Chaos cultists are the cannon fodder of many a Chaos Legion, thrown haphazardly into enemy lines to absorb incoming fire. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to build Chaos cultists for the Iron Warriors Legion, giving them a unique flavour as befits the role they play in an Iron Warriors force. Not only are they used to soak up enemy firepower, but also I imagine they're used to repair weapons, disable enemy weapons positions, clear trenches, and of course absorb mines. So for this tutorial you're going to need components from 3 kits. The first kit is going to be the Orlok Gang from Necromunda. The second kit is the Cawdor Gang from Necromunda. And the final kit is the Neophyte Hybrids from Genestealer Cults. These 3 kits cost about £20 each on independent retailers, so it's £60 for 30 cultists, which is roughly the same price as the monopose ones you get from Games Workshop, and this gives you lots of variation and lots of opportunities for kit bashing. So once you're happy with the parts that you want, choose different arms, different weapons. Most are compatible. I have a head from Cawdor here, the body from an Orlok Ganger, and the weapon from a Genestealer Cult. So just start assembling the main body of the model, in this case the Orlok body. So glue your parts together, make sure you do dry fits with everything first, just to make sure it all fits nicely into place. I do use super glue. I prefer it over plastic glue because plastic glue just takes too long, and I find if you need to change anything or if something happens to your model, plastic glue doesn't tend to snap off as easily, whereas super glue does, and you get that clean break, but it also holds it quite well. So assemble your torso, glue it to the base. There's all those pretty straightforward parts. Then we move on to the head. So you'll notice on the Cawdor head you've got these candles. You want to get rid of those because they're not very chaosy. So just get your hobby knife and run the blade along upwards of that coil and just start scraping off those candles the best you can. Be very careful you don't cut off your fingers in the process. Safety first, as they say. So just take your time working that down, smoothing it all out, and getting it looking really sort of cultisty. This has sort of got a fantasy element too, which I really like, and it works quite well for Chaos Cultists, that sort of hood effect. And you've got a nice little iron grill there from the Cawdor part, which fits in well with the Iron Warriors aesthetic. So once you've got that done, you're going to move on to gluing the arms. The arms are going to be probably the trickiest part because the Orloks, Cawdor, and Genestealer Cults all have different arm facings. But there's a way around this, and that is going to be by using jewellery chain. But we'll get to that in a second. So glue the arms on, and you'll notice in this model in particular, there's a large gap there on the left shoulder between the arm connection and the shoulder. But we're going to address this just in a second. So glue that gun on. Nice heavy weapon for an Iron Warriors cultist. And you will then can glue the head on as well, which you might also have to do just a slight adjustment with. Just get your blade, flatten it down, keep testing the fit to make sure you're happy with it, and then attach the head to the body. Nothing mad or frantic here. Just a little bit of trimming, a little bit of adjustments, and the model really starts to take shape and really looks unique for an Iron Warriors. Now, as I was saying before, this is the gap that's going to look really ugly when you start to paint that model. So to mask it, we're going to use some jewellery chain. This is 1mm jewellery chain. I believe it's 1mm jewellery chain. From memory, I can't remember. But you just get jewellery chain, add a little dab of glue to where the join is, and you're going to turn this chain around the top of this model. You can play around with where you want the chain. In this particular case, I just imagined that he had it sort of wrapped around his shoulders. For lore effects and for fluff effects, I imagine that this model is carrying chains around to haul wreckage back to be tampered and improved by the tech marines, or the ironsmiths, sorry, in the warship. And also chains are just a really good chaos aesthetic and really help to differentiate your models between Cawdor or Orlok gangers with a little bit of uniqueness. So once you've got that done, that is your model complete. As you can see, it masks that gap and looks really well. So, you can do an alternative couple of models as well. There are loads of different things. For this example, I'm using a Neophyte hybrid. Now, most Neophyte hybrids have got this Gene Stealer cult symbol attached. With your knife, you can hack that off, and you might be left with this ugly sort of chop down there. But again, using the magic of Mr. Chain, you can just simply get rid of it. So, put a dollop of glue down, get your chain. Try not to hit your camera like I do. Attach that chain on and wrap it around the waist of your model or to fit. And there you go. That will mask all the hacking and slashing that you did and still looks pretty chaosy. This model I decided to give him one of the Orlok Power Fists. Again, you might need to do a little bit of adjustment with the arm join just to flatten that out there. But again, just take your hobby knife very carefully, trim that down, make it a nice flat, smooth transition. And the good thing about the Gene Stealer cult bodies is that they also look quite mechanical in their armor. So there's a nice sort of easy blend there. It doesn't look too out of place. Once you're happy with that, just test about and fit with it. A little bit of super glue again. And glue that into place. Lovely stuff. There you go. Really starting to look really Iron Warriors-y with a big mechanical augmented fist attached to this cultist body. So just do the same on the other side. For this one I've got a Gene Stealer's Cult auto pistol, which attaches nicely there. So this model is starting to look really, really unique. And then the head is from an Orlok Ganger. The Orlok Gangers have got some really good heads for Iron Warriors cultists, especially the ones that have like a rebreather or a grill over the mouth. It just looks like this very Iron Warriors aesthetic. Fits in well with their heraldry. So again, just play about with that fit. You might need a little dollop of green stuff. For this model actually I didn't. It just kind of slotted it in there very nicely. And that's it. Model's complete. In my next video, I'm going to show you a method of speed painting these guys to get them up ready and quick for the battlefield and looking like the models that you see in front of you. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and happy wargaming. Cheers.